Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a WordPress install on your new server. And what we need to do is we're going to build a database. We're going to create a database user. We're going to set a password for that user, and we're going to grant all privileges to that user. And then we're going to go in and set up the WordPress install. When you're doing this, it takes about 5 minutes. It's about the same as installing WordPress in a regular way. It just takes you a while to get used to using these command lines. And the site that we're going to set up is cali-today.com, and here are this is information that you probably really don't need, okay? But so we have Winscp open here, and I'm just going to cancel that out, and we have our SSH up here. So what we need to do to create a database in SSH is we need to get into MySQL, and here's how we do that. We go MySQL space minus U space root minus R. I believe that's correct. No, it's MySQL minus U space root space minus P. Okay, now we enter the password. This is a password that I showed you how to set up in a previous video when we were setting up MySQL. Okay, so we're into MySQL. You can tell that by the MySQL greater than syntax there at the bottom left hand of the SSH screen. So what we're going to do now is create database. We're going to call that database Cali, and we're going to put in our semicolon to let Apache know that, or let MySQL know that that's the end of the command. So we did that. So now we're going to create a user, and that is going to be also Cali at localhost, Cali at localhost, and then semicolon. Okay. Then we're going to, I'm just going to pull up these instructions here. Alright, we've created the database and we created the user. Now we're going to set the password. We're going to say set password for Cali, that's the database name, or set password for Cali at localhost, which is the username, and we're going to equal space password space open parentheses single quote, and the password we're going to use for this one is Cali with an exclamation point, close single quotes, close parentheses, and semicolon. Alright, now we're going to grant all privileges for on Cali period asterisk space and then the username, which is also Cali, then at localhost space identified by single quote and then the password, then a semicolon to end it. Okay, we've got an error. You have an error in your SQL syntax. Okay, so let's try this again. Grant all privileges. Let's make sure we have the word privileges spelled correctly. Okay, on Cali at localhost. No, sorry, that's wrong. Okay, we're going to grant all privileges on Kali period asterisk and then a space to Kali the user, which is Kali at localhost space identified by space single quote Kali in single quote and semicolon. Okay, got it right that time. Alright, now what we want to do is get out of MySQL and we want to restart Apache. If you don't restart Apache, your site will not work. What you just did will not take effect. Okay, so we're just going to type exit to get out, and as you can see right here it says bye. So now we're going to restart Apache, and the command for that on the Centos server is going to be service space httpd space restart. Okay, and okay. So it stopped and it started just fine. Alright, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to move over to our Winscp, and we're in our www folder. Alright, let's just go to root, and I'm going to show you how to get here. Alright, when you fire up your Winscp, this is what you're going to see when you're in the root. You want to go to var, scroll down, go to www, and this is where we're going to build our sites. Alright, so let's go to, alright, we need to add a new directory for the WordPress install. So it's going to be kali-today.com. Alright, click OK there, and you can see it pulled up. Now, let's just go here. We're going to go inside here, and I want to copy that path to clipboard. Did you see that? Alright, then I'm going to go to the WordPress build. This is where all of our WordPress files are. And I'm just going to hold shift and copy all those and right click, and I'm going to duplicate these over to that path. Alright? Now it's transferring all the WordPress files over to kali-today.com. Okay, as you can see, they're all here. We're just going to double check the htaccess. That is the incorrect htaccess, so let me get the correct. WordPress htaccess. Okay, I've got the wrong file in my WordPress files, so I'm going to do this. See the difference? So we'll just save that. Let's check it again. Okay, begin WordPress. Alright, that's the right one. I'm just going to go back over to my WordPress build, open this up, and paste that in there and save it. Now I shouldn't have that problem anymore. Okay, so now we've got to open up WordPress config.php and enter the database name, database user, and password. So what was all that? We used Kali for the database name, right? And we used Kali for the username. Then we used Kali exclamation for the password, right? Okay, so we're just going to save that. Alright, and then we're going to go to kali-today.com. We'll just refresh that. okay, and it's still showing up as Black Hat Stripper. Now, Black Hat Stripper is the root domain on this server, so something's still not right. Now, we know what that is. I just wanted you to see it, so we're going to go back into Winscp. So let me grab this and put it in my little notepad here, and we're just going to grab that part out of it. See that? So I'm hitting Control C there. Now we're going to go into Winscp. We're going to go back to root. See we're at root. We're going to scroll up and go to etc, etc. And we're going to look for HTTPD. We're going to open that up and then go to conf and then httpd.conf. We're going to edit that, and this is what we're looking to do. So we're going to just copy this, enter, paste it with a Control V, and now we're going to grab Cali Today again. This is called editing the virtual host file. Okay. I won't go into what all this means. You don't really need to know. You just need to know how to do it. And I just did it. It's really that easy. Okay, so now that's been uploaded with Winscp. Every time you save it, it re-uploads back to the server. Alright, so let's watch this. This should change right now to Cali Today. Okay, and it didn't. Let's try this. Let's go over here to WP admin. It's going to change from Black Hat Stripper. Okay, /install.php. Alright, to reinstall, please clear your old database tables first. Okay, now we didn't set WordPress up. We still need to do that. So let's go back and restart Apache again. Okay. Okay, so I figured out what it was. Somehow this did not get saved in the WP config, so we're going to go back and put in these names. Okay, database name was Cali, right? Okay, and then we'll go to database user. And that's Cali, and password is Cali exclamation. So we have that. Now let's get that in there. We've saved it. Alright. Now let's just check it again. Okay, Cali, Cali, and Cali exclamation. Okay, there we go. Now, we ought to be able to go to cali-today.com. And there we go. That's what we're looking for. So that's all it was. It was the WP config didn't save. And it's going to be something simple like that. Either your vhost, your virtual host file in the httpd.conf was not updated, or your WP config in the WordPress files was not saved properly. So it's going to be one of those two things, and both of them are really easy. So we're going to create a new username, okay, for this install. Excuse me there. And we're going to just do that with an email address. We'll do that. Then we're going to give it a password. And okay. and we're going to send this to ourselves. All right, and if you want search engines to index your site, you'll leave this checked. If you don't, you'll uncheck it. For this particular install, I don't want search engines to index the site because it's just a test site. All right, but you will want to leave this to be indexed. Okay, we're just going to click install WordPress. It's going to take it just a minute, but now we're really all done. We're just going to wait for it to do its job, and that's going to be all. And it's going to take it just a minute to get everything registered over at WordPress. And we'll be good to go. Okay, that's it. Save your password, and we can log in. And that's how you install WordPress on a server without cPanel.